Hello and welcome back for part 41 of my Creeping Death Let's Play campaign. So at the end of the last part, Arachnarok took Morgheim off Grimgor, which I think leaves him with just Floating Village and then some other territory to the south, not very much. We did knock this down to tier 1, which is a bit unfortunate. With it being a major settlement, of course, no shortage of great buildings we want to get up and going, but oh well. And Arachnarok has maxed out the big lads and the gobbos, so yeah, I think just working along the red line is good. He can benefit from the gold chevron stat boosts, especially on these Goblin Archers, so that'd be great. I think the next thing I want to do this turn is launch an attack on Castle Drakenhof with Boggrub. So we've got 2 more turns of the war. We've got this full stack that's going to disappear in 2 turns, basically. We may as well use it, and what better way to use it than to throw it up against the walls of Mannfred's stronghold. So we can sack this for 75,000 gold. Let's just walk over here first. Yep, no sign of anyone else around. Good. I think we successfully caught them by surprise here, just on the basis that, you know, they weren't really actively at war with anybody in the south before us, and so their armies were all out of the area, which is perfect. Now, the question is, how strong are you guys actually? Well, you probably have a bit of an army somewhere. They've lost Schwarzhafen by the looks of it. Yeah, so the question is, what am I doing with Drakenhof? I could sack it for a huge pile of gold. Really a huge pile of gold. However, despite the fact it's unpleasant climate, I could also just take it at tier 4.
Bring the bad moon.
I guess I can fight the battle and see how it goes. We do have some scrap upgrades. Yeah. These guys have a scrap upgrade available. Sure. Well, if we were fighting a field battle, I guess I'd go for this, but in the siege they're not too important. So what are we actually up against here? They do have some strong units. Obviously, no way we can auto-resolve this. Yeah, lots of Graveguard. Sure, I was expecting that. I don't think that's too much of a problem. Lots of monsters as well. Okay. Yeah, Vargeist, Vargulf, Terrorgeist. Then they've got Wraiths, okay. Do we have any units? No, we don't actually have any units that have a magical attack, apart from Boggrub's spells. Oh, I've got to remember the Assault of Stone. Oh, that could be good against the Wraiths. And then they also have a Vampire and a Necromancer. I'm not too concerned about that. This guy can't raise New Undead or anything, no. The thing about attacking the Vampire counts in a siege attack is that they don't have any missile weapons, and a bunch of their strong units can't really defend the walls. So it's kind of like, yes, there's scary units here, but I think it's really not going to be that difficult to take them out. We can just position our archers to shred whatever units they have up on the walls, like the Graveguard. Then we can send our Goblin infantry over the top, and then we can actually just hold the walls and shoot down at their other, like their Vargulf or whatever that is just like stuck in the courtyard. Okay, that's enough magic. We have the War reinforcements coming on. I don't know that there's much benefit from knocking down a second gate. I'm not sure I even want to knock down one gate. But I suppose, yeah, Boggrub may as well just do that. So it's really the shots from these 2 towers that we're going to be taking, which I think's absolutely fine. Yeah. Position something like this. The nice thing about this army is we have a huge number of archers. Okay. They do have a little magic, but nothing I need to be very scared of, I think. Alright, let us start the battle. Advance forwards. Oh, they have upgraded projectiles on the towers. That's a little scarier. Yeah, still though, I don't feel like it's going to do that much damage to us. We'll see.
Moving fast. Ready.
Okay, reinforcements come in, that's great. Get over here.
Moving fast.
Yeah, no need to send troops up the walls right away against the Graveguard. Let's shoot them a bit first. Ah, they've got wraiths up on the walls. I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, there's no reason why they wouldn't. The wraiths aren't large units or whatever that can't fit, so fair enough. Okay, our missile fire should be doing its thing now. Missile troops. We've taken... Yeah, we have started to take a bit of damage, haven't we, on these units. Okay, this unit's getting a bit wrecked. So is this unit. Yeah, ouch. Okay, we have a huge concentration of troops up on the walls here. I think that's good enough for the Assault of Stone. We're doing damage, it's a little slow going. Oh, I see. Yeah, one of the units of Wraiths actually sort of tanked a lot of our missile fire. They are going down though, at least. Okay, Boggrub just picked up a boatload of kills with that spell, so that's awesome. Enemy gates are down. Okay, I think this is when we do want to send at least some units up the walls. Yeah, maybe not yet. They've got the big boys back here. Right, you I also want to get out of action. But now we have the war reinforcements. You guys can absolutely get up the walls. Yeah. I think it is just a case of like maneuvering our units that get focused by the tower just to make sure they don't get too low. But we're doing okay at that. And we have the gates down whenever we want to rush through the gates. And the missile fire is still... I think the missile fire is still being very effective though. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be able to take and hold this part of the gate. Alright, that's a necromancer, that's not too scary. The vampire is here though, she has Law of Death. Yeah. We'll just have to make sure we drop down the debuff, melee attack debuff on her if she comes up the walls. Yeah, okay. Alright. Any of the units that are getting too low here. You guys, yeah, you're out of action, that's good. Queue up the next units to come in here. Those Graveguard are done. We'll be able to stop the towers shooting pretty soon, that'll be helpful. Okay, you're not really shooting too much, let's get you out of there. Have the sort of enviable problem of like having too many soldiers trying to get up the walls. Now where's that vampire? She is... Oh, I lost her. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Right, you guys come along here. This is another unit that needs to get out of there. Everyone else is okay though, yeah. Oh, this unit can go to the walls too. Well, there's a bit of a queue. Okay, fair enough. And we do want to get down... Yeah, I was hoping to cast this on the vampire, but I can affect these units with it. For a bit of a melee debuff at least. Okay, next up we want to actually get our archers up into the walls here. Because then we can shoot down. So they're strong units behind like these Vargos have just run around doing nothing, and I'm not planning to really let them have much effect here. Okay, there's a full unit of Graveguard there, that could be a problem. Let's make sure we're focus firing these units that need to die. Okay, on the lookout for other units I need to withdraw. They're sort of just clumped over here. Yeah, I don't care at all about the Y units. Oh, Boggrub's got himself in combat. Right, might have to keep an eye on that, but I think it's okay for now. He does have a healing potion after all. Yeah, you guys come and capture this tower. I think we've already stopped it shooting. We need to stop this tower from shooting. Hopefully we can do that soon as well. I don't think this Vargul's going to really stand a chance against Boggrub. There's just relatively few Grave Guards left here. Yeah, all our units went over the walls on the right flank, taking quite a bit of damage, but that's fine. Well, we've used all of our ammo on some units, wow. Yeah, we're getting it done. They've got a bunch of flying units left at the back, but I'm not sure how many of those we'll even have to kill, to be honest. Yeah, this Grave Guard unit's just standing there getting shot. Let's get this debuff down again. Okay, I think we've got enough melee gobbo units here that, in spite of what I was saying before, let's not bother waiting for our archers to get up on the walls. Let's just send these infantry down, finish them off. Those Grave Guard are crumbling. Yeah. We've almost got a war charged up, which is good as well. There we go. And the towers have stopped shooting. Great. So they still have a Vargulf here. They've got the Terrorgeist and all of the Vargeists, but I think that's more or less it. They probably have a unit of Grave Guard back at the center of the city too. Okay, here's a vampire. She is good to kill. And with the debuff, we should be able to do it pretty easily, I think. What's happening here? Grave Guard. So relatively heavy damage on a bunch of units, but nothing we can't replenish in a turn or two. I don't think the Undead are even going to be in a position to counterattack us here, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like they do have almost a full unit of Grave Guard here. No, don't go into melee. Get this debuff down again. I'm surprised that we've used all our ammo. I mean, I guess the gobbos fire pretty quickly. Yeah, it probably doesn't do any good for our balance of power to have used all our ammo. I mean, that said, we've taken out a big chunk of their army. Let's maybe go ahead and just stop these guys from shooting at this point. Get the job done in melee. Alright, we are winning this fight here, although the Vampire and the Vargulf are putting up a decent fight. Anyone else coming? Oh yeah, there's the upper Vargulf. Okay. We're having a hard time with this Grave Guard, huh? Yeah, well, it doesn't help that these are just our war units. They are quite a bit weaker. Okay. Make sure we've got these troops in position to help as well. Let's go after this Vargulf. Have that debuff come down and infect both of them. Yeah, it's just one unit of Grave Guard up on the wall that's still holding out. Maybe we should still be shooting at them, I'm not sure. Didn't feel like they had much left, but 61. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, we're doing pretty reasonable damage to this Vargulf as well. These guys do regenerate though, we need to finish this one off. Who's he fighting? Ah, right. He's fighting some melee gobbos who came through the gate. That's fine. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time at this point. Yeah, Graveguard do have a lot of armor. Their actual melee attack and defense stats are not that great though, so they're not doing a huge amount of damage back to us. They are anti-infantry, I guess. Yeah, it's probably not a great matchup for our basic gobbos there, but... that should finish off everything over here. And we've got some units of ammo left, which is going to be good. Their flying units will have to land if we take out the rest of their army. And that is all they've got left, actually. Yeah, the 4 units of Vargeist. They're not that scary. The Terrorgeist... yeah. We have enough ammo left to deal with their flying stuff, I think. Right, it's just that 1 unit left over there. Good. Let's reform the units here. Get a bit of a rest. I think we finished them all off up there. Yeah. Okay. So, you. Got kind of 5 units with enough ammo to make it worthwhile to bring them along. And we need to recover fatigue a bit here too. Yeah. I think everyone else outside can stay. Yes. Let's get you down here. You're at full health still, somehow. And you guys too. And you guys.
Moving fast.
Okay, let's speed this up. We're not in a big rush here. We just don't want to be tired. I think provided we can fight a concentrated fight against these troops. I mean, the Dragon Breath against a big clump of us will be bad, I guess, but provided we can fight with their the itchy nuisance down to give them that minus 24 melee attack, I think we'll be pretty fine. Yeah, I think we'll just set up here.
Great Shaman!
Let's make sure I'm grabbing.
I ain't messing!
Yeah, pretty healthy. A bunch of gobbos here.
Shifting! Running! Moving fast!
And then
Let's scrap! Let's scrap! Alright! Goblins! Moving fast!
they might not let us do this without responding, but we'll see. What are the stats on these guys like? Okay, quite good melee attack. Yeah, they're not very strong defensively. I have to imagine that a lot of the balance of power was in like the Graveguard and Wraith units and their heroes. I don't think we'll have to kill too many of these to get the army losses. And by just retaining the healthy units for this last push, I'm hoping we don't have any sort of problems with units getting nuked too badly. I guess the Dragon Breath is the main thing. We can possibly bait that with Boggrub. Oh, he's got 6666 health, that's funny. Yeah, I think I probably should have Boggrub at the front. These ones anti-large? No. Oh, they're coming in. Okay, never mind. Are they coming in? Yes. Let's get this down then. Alright, well,
Lads are ready!
so much for my archers being able to really help, but it's fine. Okay, Terrorgeist is coming in as well. Yeah, just took a big chunk out of Boggrub.
We is better than them!
Oof.
Lads! Come and kill 'em!
Okay. Now the guys get stuck into something.
Stickers ready!
Yeah, that was nasty. I did not get in position properly for that at all.
My orders! This shrew will have
We're still doing, yeah, we're still doing okay. This is going to be a bit more costly than I would have liked, though.
Goblins ready!
Yeah, that unit's taking quite a lot of damage. Okay, can we focus down? Yeah, the Terrorgeist is the one that needs to go. That looks like the army loss penalty, though. Yes. Great. Okay, so they're disintegrating. Yeah, we've got them.
Hold lads!
Good, good.
Stop it!
Yeah, alright. Damage acceptable overall. As I said earlier, I don't believe that there's going to be a counter-attack from Mannfred, and we heal a lot in just one turn. We also still have the wild troops for 2 more turns. It's not like they're disappearing immediately. Okay, and that's it. Well, we did take some damage, but the rewards are very great. I guess I'm thinking in terms of just trying to hold Drakenhof. I could sack it for the most money possible, but I think I'd rather just loot it, guarantee we get it at tier 4, and actually plan to hold on to it, have it make money, and so on. It also kind of links our territory all the way around. Well, that would be true if I took out the 2 minor Skaven settlements to the south, I guess, which I can look at doing. Yeah, so the choice is between these two. I think I want to loot and occupy. We just get it at tier 4. Quite a few of the buildings we damage, but I imagine I want to demolish most of those anyway. And yes, it's a big difference in gold, but this is still a ton of gold. And if I sack then occupy, as we've seen in the earlier sieges, there's a chance I get it at tier 3, as in I knock it down 2 tiers. And I still don't quite understand the mechanics of that, so I think, yeah, this is the best bet.
Who should we say?
Okay, so this looks very good, actually. We've got this building, so we did get it at tier 4, first things first. We've picked up this building at tier 3, this building, which is obviously good, it's just making money. We actually straight up have an Arachnarok recruitment building, awesome. Now it's going to be expensive to repair, but all these buildings here, this one too even, 1, 2, 3, 4, are all buildings I'd want to have anyway. So I think that worked out great. Now, who do we just encounter? We encountered Sterland and we encountered Blue Vipers. Okay, let's look at that first of all here. Oh no, where are these guys? Oh, I think I might have encountered them when I took Morgheim, and I think they're more likely to be down here. Yeah, I don't think they're very likely to be up in Mannfred's territory. Sterland are here though. Yeah, it makes sense that we encountered them. So let's just get this out of the way. Declare war on you. You do have to watch the Savage Orcs and the Beastmen. That's part of the reason why I still have walls up in territory, even when it's sort of like in the middle of my empire and nominally pretty safe. It's like, better not take the risk. Okay, so what are we learning from Sterland? They're not at war with Mannfred. Interesting. They are at war with Wargrove of Woe and Clanferric. Yeah, and Clanferric has just got these 2 minor settlements. And like I was saying a couple of minutes ago, if we take them out, that'll sort of connect our territory around here. Not that it's easy to get an army from over this way to over here. It still takes a couple of turns in the underway and stuff, but we kind of went in a big, long, like we went to the east, the north, and then the west, and now we can, yeah, match it all up. It's a bit hard to tell from the strength rank, because we're so strong that everyone looks weak, basically, but Sterland probably do have a stack. They've got 4 settlements. Ah, right, they have an alliance with Vizinland as well. Okay, so we're gonna end up at war with them too. Yeah. So let's just check out Vizinland real quick. the Empire in general has not gotten going
Who calls?
this campaign. It's almost turn 80. There's going to be the first Chaos Invasion soon. And yeah, Reichland is sitting here with only 8 settlements. So that's pretty good for us. And Vizinland is over here to the west of the Golden Order. Yeah, that makes sense. They're fighting us, they're fighting Clan Spittle and Skarsnik. So Skarsnik's apparently doing pretty well. I could tell that as well from looking at one of the dwarf factions. I think Belagar is fighting him. He's got some of the territory up here in the mountains. So some possibility of Vizinland sending armies through this pass, but not a huge amount to worry about. Yeah, I don't think the new enemies we picked up are going to be a massive concern. We'll just have to see where the top nuts are once they show themselves. Alright, Boggrub, that was an awesome job. Grab Arcane Conduit. In terms of corruption, oof, yeah, 100% corruption.
Me.
That's minus 20, right? Yeah. Alright. They don't have that many boosts to corruption though, so we can kind of counteract that. Let's see here. I think we can get rid of... We can get rid of the bully. And the one I want here is this one, Goblin Ranter. Let's leave it on Gogret. Let's take the one on our big boss. Yeah, let's take the one off this big boss. This big boss is over dealing with or trying to block the dwarves of Karakazul. And I don't think he needs Untainted over there. I think we want the other follower for Untainted too. Yeah, we can do without that 7%. We want the +1 Public Order, +2 Untainted. Yeah, Idol Carver, here we go. Now, have I got any of those on lords who aren't even recruited? I probably do. Gogret, Rachnik, Scarfag, no, they're all recruited. Azdrag Troll Eater, he's recruited as well. Okay, Azdrag Troll Eater needs this less. I don't think he's doing any fighting in territory where corruption's an issue. So that'll get an extra 5 points of Untainted. Yeah. So, Public Order here is certainly a bit of a problem. I mean, we can turn off the income, but even before these buildings gets fixed, that's 945 gold, and it's only 4 more points on the Public Order. I think we have to just leave it. The Public Order will certainly turn around here, thanks to the military presence, if I stay here. Oh, there's also Templehof right there, too. Another juicy, juicy settlement. Yeah, look at that, another 55,000 sack value. Hmm. Yeah, I have to decide how aggressive I want to be here. It's possible I really can effectively backdoor Sylvania and grab a couple of these settlements and then hold on to them, especially the ones that already have the good defenses. Like before Sylvania really responds, because I'm not seeing military presence. I guess this is still part of the same region as Drakenhof, but I'm not seeing military presence there either. So I could have Scarfag come over here, like he could help attack Kragmir and Carrick Dromar. That would leave, yeah, that would leave me very isolated on the east here though. In particular, if the Skaven here sent an army against Mount Squighorn, it could be a bit problematic. Yeah, and there is a stack somewhere, maybe at Karakadrin.
Don't mess with me. What's your message?
Alright, Richter's clan nest.
Great leader.
So Richter's clan nest have a large amount of territory by like area. I don't think Clan Ashen is just out of the game somehow. I think all these ruins. Maybe Desolation of Nagash is still actually ruins, but all this stuff here, even as far north as Silver Pinnacle, is probably owned by this guy. The thing is, they've got no army, They do have other enemies. Just trying to weigh up, like, what is the chances that they actually try and make an attack against Mount Gunbad, Mount Squighorn. I mean, they haven't been trying it so far. Maybe I can have Scarfag.
Now they'll see.
Head east.
Nasty
Yeah, Grand Peak's
magic's
vulnerable.
ready.
Yeah, okay. So that's where the greenskins from the north would attack us. Yeah, before I made this attack, I was planning to have Scarfag come back to the east. Let's just have him.
The tribe's ready.
I don't feel like I really need to have him stay put. Part of the problem is that this stack might not be able to beat a strong stack from the Red Eye. I just don't have too much experience and stuff yet. Maybe we should just stay put in Grom Peak. Yeah, okay. I don't think we're in a rush. Like, I don't think the Skaven are going to suddenly get much stronger. I mean, they've been stuck on these 2-mana settlements the whole game. Like, they're not going to suddenly get super strong. So even if I don't attack them immediately, it's okay. I'd love Boggrub to get a bit more replenishment. Yeah, well, that's tied to the corruption, isn't it? Okay. We're still in decent fighting shape thanks to the War troops. Okay, let's check on other things, because I also have to decide whether to fight this battle. So Belagar has his stack besieging Karak-Angazar, and he didn't launch the assault before I could get reinforcements up here. Now if I wait one more turn, Azdrag and this stack can be in range to help too. But what I was thinking, I've lost track of where the Golden Order army is. It was in Karak-Cairn for a while, but it's moved out a couple of turns ago. They are allied with Belagar.
I shall avenge the grudge.
Oh no, I'm sorry, they're not.
Greenskin.
Okay. I thought they were. Never mind, they just have a trade agreement. What I don't want is for Balthazar Gelt to come out of the west and basically smash up this army.
Nasty magic's ready.
If I'm just going to sit here waiting for Belagar to launch the attack. So can we beat Belagar with what we've got here? Garrison's at full strength, 14 units. 30 units in total. We still have the war bonuses. We've got 8 armor-piercing Goblin Archer units. They have 8 units of rangers, that's pretty problematic. 6 Longbeards. I think this will be quite a tough fight. Yeah, it's a close decision. Right, let's start by doing this upgrade. I definitely want you guys with the heavy ammo. I think we should fight it.
Now they'll see.
I think we should fight it. There's also the possibility that Belagar could have more reinforcements coming.
His spells are charged.
Yeah, he's not withdrawing, and the game does not think we have a good chance, even with all our units together. That's fine. Banner of Swiftness goes on you. Banner of Eternal Flame, stick on the melee front line. Yeah, so this is a tough fight for sure. So Belagar, we don't have to kill Belagar, he's not unbreakable, but he's one heck of a fighter. Now this guy is unbreakable. Fortunately, he is only the ballistics expert, not one of the melee fighter ghost heroes. So he has to die, the Slayers have to die, yeah. This might be a mistake. The thing is, even if this goes wrong, well, I don't know. If this goes wrong, it isn't good. It isn't good. Then, yeah, if we lose this, I'll definitely have wished I just stayed put, let the dwarves make the attack, have the walls to help us. It's just not knowing what's coming out of the west. I felt like it was maybe better to be proactive. All right, the reinforcements are coming from behind the dwarves here. That's good and bad. The good thing is, if they bring most of their army towards us. We've got boy cavalry units that can come hit their artillery. Now all their rangers are hidden out of sight, but we kind of know they're probably in a front line over here. We definitely need to coordinate this attack a little bit. Let's deploy our first starting army out of range of their artillery, I think. Oh, that puts us very far back though. The dwarves might reposition once the battle started and let us get all of our troops together. That's a possibility. We're not in a rush to engage them, I guess is like the way to say it. Right, I think I'll have this unit off as a potential distraction over here. You need to be in with these units. Most of these guys are hidden in the trees, not all of them. I'm fine with the dwarves seeing them though. Do I want more magic? I'll gamble. If we get less magic, it's no big deal. I only have the base spells on this lord, so you could argue it's no big deal anyway, but still. So yeah, all our reinforcements come from here. It doesn't look like the dwarves are going to turn around and rush our reinforcements. The AI doesn't usually go for that. I think when they see us arriving, I thought they'd redeploy over in this direction. Interesting. Okay. So we have the 4 units of big uns as our strongest infantry here. Then we've got the Orc boys. These units are not going to do well. Like this army in general is not going to be able to deal with Belagar's front line. We're also under missile fire. Yeah. Okay, I think we need to advance with this army. Yeah, I see what the dwarves are doing. They're sort of just setting up a defensive position to cover both flanks, or to cover everything. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get those bolt throws very easily. Let's try sending the bull boys around on the flank anyway. So these units are really just here to make up the numbers. They're quite a lot weaker than our main troops. But we outnumber the dwarves by enough, and we've got to make those numbers count here. I think we also need to have you guys come a bit closer. We've got to remember they've got 8 units of rangers here too, which is... yeah, significant extra guys who are hidden out of sight. Yeah, but there's not much on this flank though. If we can fight a bit of their army at once, yeah, we just need to hit them. We need to basically launch a coordinated attack here. Boy, they're taking a lot of damage from artillery. There are some rangers. Okay. Yep. Rangers are not the best fighters in melee. That's one advantage that for example, the quarreler units have over the rangers. The question is whether I have enough of a surround here to be able to get them bogged down in melee. Yeah, we need to just get in here. Bolt throwers are right here. Yeah, we can destroy them, no problem. Get back over here. They've done a reasonable job of making a good defensive line here, though. Okay. Alright, battle is joined over this way. Units need to halt. Need to get this buff down. Yeah. Need to focus fire against these units. Bolt throwers, we can engage here. No problem. War boys and trolls. Yeah, you go after the missile weapons. That could work out quite well. Those dwarf warriors. Okay. Shoot. Missile troops getting into melee. Problem is... yeah. The problem is we haven't really got to their missile troops back here. We've got units routing already. Okay. Well, let's concentrate fire with our strongest missile units here. You guys are just completely out of position. Yeah, we're getting wrecked here because dwarves basically were able to put enough force against us. How are the trolls doing? Trolls are actually doing well. Nice, okay. We probably don't want to get charged by those longbeards though. Okay, this unit of rangers is completely wrecked. Yeah, our archers are doing great. That's, as usual, it's probably going to win us this battle. Ah, longbeards fighting these archers though, that's not good. Doesn't look like things are going great for us up this way though, does it? We've managed... Okay, let's pull these units out, they're taking too much damage. That's Belagar himself. He's not really worth fighting, to be honest. I think right here, these units are our best chance of winning the battle. You're going to have to charge into melee there, buddy. You're going to have to keep retreating. I think I've messed this up though, unfortunately. I think we're just taking too much damage, and we haven't managed to really do significant damage to like the longbeards or the strongest dwarf units. Alright, we need to get these rallying units to come back in and help. Yeah, this is the problem with the Goblin armies when you start to lose, is you can end up with these chain routes, which we're sort of having over here. A lot of our units are getting run down. The trolls fought pretty well, but I'm stuck in with the longbeards. Alright, well we routed the unit over here, that's good. We can run them down. The units here are maybe not doing too well either. War boys, we need to come hit the cavalry. Trolls, get into the rangers. It's another war. Yeah, too many of these units are routing though. Yikes. Yeah, I may have just lost this settlement. Yeah, I think I have. Oh well. Okay, well, lesson learned. Not a good attack. I mean, it was an army that we recruited kind of out of nothing. We haven't lost all these units. They're still going to be around. But yeah, that dwarf army is just a bit too strong. We killed quite a lot of their backline units. We did not do a good job at killing the Ironbreakers, though. Sorry, the Longbeards. Ugh. Actually, only one unit there completely wiped out. The garrison's weakened, though. We can't stop them from taking the settlement. We lost the Banner of Swiftness. Okay, that's not too bad.
Who should we zap?
Yeah, okay. Well, with hindsight, that was a mistake. We have weakened the army. It's still sort of a hedge against an army attacking out of the east. But, I don't know. It doesn't... Yeah. My army here is just not quite strong enough to pull that off. If this army survives, though, it's not such a huge loss. I was willing to lose this settlement in the first place when these guys first besieged it.
I think not.
Yeah, this situation could still work out okay for us.
Who should we zap?
We've got so much gold here, we could even recruit... Okay, hold on, I have to be a bit careful. Belagar could sack this and still have enough movement to come attack us here. On the other hand,
No.
there's Skaven down this way. There's really not much left of this army, it needs to recover. So if I force march here, I can't quite get to Matorka by the looks of it.
This magic is real.
No, and that's problematic, because
Impossible.
Not that this army is very strong, but we don't have a lot left, and if we're stuck in force march, they could come ambush us. I think we'll stay put like this. Right. Okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. For sure, we're going to lose this over the end turn. It's just a question of what Belagar does afterwards. But yeah, we can't influence it more now. I guess the only thing I could do is recruit more troops out of Matorka, which is maybe not a bad idea. The thing is, yeah,
Not possible.
I kind of get the feeling that more low-rank Goblin units, particularly when I can't afford all the scrap upgrades, are just not that effective against the dwarf armies, but I mean, stuff still counts in large numbers, right? Okay, let's come back to this. Make sure I've done all the other movement I want. Yeah, this situation is the same as it has been for a few turns. We can hold out for a while. What is the situation exactly? Yeah, turns until garrison runs out of supplies 6, so that's fine. Arachnarok took Morkheim. Yeah, we're still trying to block this Skaven army to just delay them.
Alright, I'm off.
And they're blocked again.
No, no.
Now, Murzka's going to go after Karak Azul. I think I should just walk over here. Particularly if I can block this army. 28%. It's not likely because they're in camp stance.
When I get there, gonna stab.
So do they have more troops here? No.
Do you take me for a wasp?
Alright. Pretty strong dwarf army, but
I'm special.
yeah, we can take it. Am I better using the underway? Yes. Because I have to come all the way around here.
Nasty magic's ready.
Yeah, so let's use the underway.
Comes, it comes.
Oh, why can I not do that?
Get out me head.
Huh. That's strange. Can walk through here, right?
That works.
Yeah. It was, yeah, the game was just not showing that I could actually... Oh, I see. I think there's some glitch with the underway positioning. Let's see what happens here. I mean, we're protecting Karak 8 Peaks. We should be able to take Karak Azul in the next 1 or 2 turns.
Let's get started.
Can I usefully block anyone with this guy? Yeah, 62% block on this lord. I mean, he's off on his own. No, we failed anyway. Just want more experience.
What?
So both our heroes have moved. Scarfag's staying put in Grand Peak for now. Yeah, Zufbar's walls are up, so we can
The tribe.
come help relieve the siege there if we need. Boggrub's done, Arachnarok's done. Okay. So that's all the movement. Let's spend gold on stuff and then look at what the financial situation is for getting more recruiting done. So everything looks fine here at Karak 8 Peaks. I don't think I need to invest in this right now. Black Crag, yeah, when we have a ton of, well, when we have even more money, I can justify this, but right now it's just a bit expensive for what it does. Zufbar, we definitely want to get stuff going here. That's just for Black Orcs, unfortunately. We need, yeah, we want public order, and we also want growth, I think. And that's not much in the way of income. Let's see. Yeah, let's continue to leave the taxes off just for now. Karazakarak gets to tier 4. Excellent. So We actually have this free building slot that we can't really use right now. We can get the upgrade for Arachnarok Spiders. Yep, we should do that. Well, I say I can't really use it. I mean, it's not like there isn't stuff I could buy. We could do the same thing as we're doing down in Black Crag. Do this building tree. It gives us Untainted. It puts a shaman in the garrison. It eventually gives us global recruitment capacity, local recruitment capacity. I feel like this should probably be reserved for that last slot, though. So maybe what I want to do with this is build this building tree so I can get Nasty Skulkers. Nasty Skulkers are already available through global recruitment. I think I can just leave this blank. Like this, we've got all the important buildings. There's no need to sort of spend gold purely for the sake of spending gold. Now here, yeah, this is going to be expensive. So we want to repair this. We definitely want all these buildings, like I was saying before. This one we don't really need. What we do need is defenses. And I also want that and this. That's so expensive to repair. I think I'd rather just demolish it. Again, the only thing that this building tree gets us with the Goblin Spider only restriction is the Nasty Skulkers, which we never need. I don't know. I don't feel like having an army of Nasty Skulkers at this point would work that well. We might try it later in the campaign. And as I was saying, we can recruit them from elsewhere anyway. So that's put a reasonable dent in our finances, but not, you know, we're still doing fine. This actually gets to tier 4 next turn, that's awesome. Ah, Morgheim, right, let's get that repaired. We definitely want defenses, but we can't get it at tier 1, so we have to just go for growth. Achendorf, looking good. Can I actually recruit... No, can't recruit a third big boss just yet, that's a pity. Now, Barak Var. Okay, we can get one of these minor settlements upgraded. Excellent. Let's do... which one? Let's maybe do Dok Karaz first. And we can upgrade this building as well. Sure. Karak Angazar, yeah, it's lost unfortunately. And then Ekrand. Now there is an army raiding us. Yeah. I don't think they can get to Ekrand this turn. Dragonhorde mines might fall. I'm not going to put money into this upgrade. Ekrand is reasonably well defended though. Do I want to make it even more well defended? That's probably not a bad idea. Just feels like it's quite a lot of money for what you get, this upgrade. I've commented on this throughout the campaign. Still, we don't know how strong the enemies... Like, the Savage Orcs could throw armies at us that we just don't know about yet. If we end up... A disaster would be like Rachnik losing Rachnik's army or suffering heavy losses and then having to fight a couple of siege defenses. So, you know what, I think I'm going to, in this case, go for that. I guess, yeah, I have the same choice at Mount Gumbad. We definitely want that. I could put 4250 into this upgrade. I don't think that's necessary here, though. If I'm going to have Scarfag kind of covering these settlements, he can hop over with the Underway to help a siege at Mount Gumbad. Yeah, let's not put that up just yet. It's making me think I should do the same thing at 8 Peaks. Yeah, okay. That is a lot of our gold. I think I should do more recruitment here. Oh, knowledgeable and disciplined. Where have you boys been the whole campaign? Okay, well that's good. I definitely want to recruit this guy. And I don't need him as an active lord. I can just have him in the recruit pool. So this is happening. Now, with any boosts, anything I have here that gives like a global boost? I guess not. Alright, that's fine. Let's just replace him right away. And I'll replace him with disciplined. I've been after these traits for like 75 turns and just never found them.
Don't push me.
I do want you sat in Matorka because the Skaven are right here. We don't need to spend that skill point just yet. Right, now we can do recruitment. I think I would still rather... Yeah, I'd still rather go for basic gobbos over the nasty skulkers. Do I need more cavalry? No, I don't think so.
The tribe's ready.
Yeah, let's just go for the cheapest army I can. Okay, yeah, having that knowledgeable lord just back in the recruit pool will help the winds of magic everywhere. We can consolidate these armies just depending on what the situation, how the situation develops. I'm up to what, 8 armies? Yeah, I don't want that to stay at 8. Unless I find new ways to be making lots of money, which I guess I mean maybe we can stay at 8. This is a bit rough though. Losing 10k. Okay, we're skipping that. Yeah, I don't want to assign the point here because I might want the extra movement from this, but I might not, in which case I'll go for the red line instead. So let's just hold off on that. We're not going to fight a battle with this guy over the end turn. Right, and I did declare war on the people I had to. Yeah, okay, so that's everything. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I certainly regret making this attack at Karagangazar. I think we could have held them off if I'd just been more cautious and stayed behind the walls, but that's fine. The thing is, all these armies are quite expendable. So, as long as I'm not losing any of my strong armies, like getting my valuable, like high-level generals wounded, I'm pretty much happy. Oh, I've got scrap upgrades here. Yeah, do I need to do scrap upgrades right now? You're fully maxed out, which is good. It's only really going to be the Spider Riders. Yeah, I just don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I think the scrap I could spend here would have more of an impact possibly next turn on those new Gobbo recruits. The difference between the unupgraded archers and the archers with heavy ammo is just pretty big. Okay, I think we're finally done with everything here. Yeah. We spent a load of gold on buildings, which is always... It's funny, because you've got to spend that gold to eventually make it back and like, you know, progress your settlements and stuff, but... Yeah, that pile of cash we got from looting Drakenhof disappeared pretty fast. Okay. Okay, we've got to do the siege defense. Yeah. This is rough. They got a second stack in. Fortunately, it's just clan rats and Skaven slayers, but sadly, the raw numbers are probably going to be decisive here. I think we can deal with this first stack. We'll see what happens. The enemy siege AI in the sieges is sometimes pretty derpy. We're more or less... We're not at full strength, but we're strong with Gogret. The key thing, as usual, is getting the... letting these archers keep shooting. So, if you look at the Skaven missile units, the Rattling guns are not that effective at shooting up against walls. And neither the Jezzails, to be honest. They've got 3 units of Deathglow Bombardiers, or... No, let's make sure I'm saying the unit name right. Yeah, that's right, Deathglow Bombardiers. These guys can shoot up with the... Like, they have the fire arc to shoot up, but they have such short range that we can actually just shoot them down. And then they have the poison wind mortars, and those are a problem for sure, but we can possibly shoot them with the towers. Okay, so reinforcements are coming from over this way. They've got 1, 2... Only 2 siege towers, interesting. Obviously, siege towers are manned by the storm vermin. Then I've got a battering ram. Yeah, okay. The storm vermin are scary out of the first army, and all their missile units. The reinforcements are such a problem, though. We really need to cover the whole of the walls, but we have the troops to do that. Yeah, and the reinforcements don't have siege equipment. Okay, I'm thinking we want our strongest troops on this left flank where most of the initial army is. We'll have the garrison troops on the right flank. Yeah. Just to start with, let's just move everybody off the walls so I don't get confused about who's going to move where. Just check the stats on the Storm Vermin. You know, this is a big problem. I think we need our strongest melee units here, and I'm going to put our big boss here as well, partly for the leadership. We also need archers here to shoot at these guys as they come in, though, or once they get up to the walls. Yeah, in fact, whoever's standing here is kind of an important job. Okay, you can go over here. We need archers above the gate. I think some of these archers, they're going to be important, but I want them behind the walls, like this. It doesn't work super well though. Okay, we can have you a bit further back. You want a bit of a trajectory on the missile fire. Yeah, because this unit's going to come up the ladders.
Let's scrap. Where is Gobos? Where's Gobos?
I don't love this positioning. I'd love to have more. I'd love to have more gobblers up on the walls. The trouble is when you deploy the archers on the back like this, they take up a bunch of space, and they also are not going to fire in the right direction.
Where is Gobos? Goblins.
This unit's really not doing much there.
Gotta kill him.
I'm not quite sure how this works actually. So they start facing the wrong way, but maybe I can order them to turn around. It feels like the AI never gets this to work. They have sort of archers stupidly facing the wrong way. I'd love to have archers on the walls to actually do stuff like shoot their Deathglow bombardiers like I was talking about. Alright, but these guys we need to get sorted out as well. Okay, let's have you deploy back down here. Okay, you're deployed. Yes, we need to sort out everything over this way. So let's start with units, archer units above the gates. Oh, we've got our Spider Riders. Okay, I think I wasn't paying enough attention to them. I think what I will do is actually ride out this gate and try and do some harassment. I think that can work well for us. They've got a lot of rats coming in over here, but even if I can just sort of, if I end up sort of leading some of these units on a wild goose chase, that's sort of fine as well, right? Okay, I've got these Arrow Boys here as well. And one more archer unit. And then I've got a whole bunch of melee orcs that I think can just start on the back of the walls like this. Now, I haven't got anyone to stop or to defend the like behind the gate for when it gets knocked down. That is a problem. But I haven't deployed all of my gobbers yet. Okay, yeah, I sort of just did stuff in a bit of a random order, I guess. So you lot can hang out back here. Honestly, I think I need more troops up on the walls there. That's sort of where the strongest Skaven attack's coming from. Are they going to have menace below here? Not completely sure. I think you should be up here. He has got... we've got a sort of stone. I think we should hold that for it to do massive damage against storm vermin. That seems like a sensible way to do it. We probably do need... We can sort of have these troops maneuver around where they're needed, but we probably do need troops on this side as well, because their reinforcements... Well, the reinforcements might be able to knock down the gates, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have a great feeling about this. Yeah, I think if it was just the one stack we could handle it, but we're probably spread a little too thin here. Really want you on the front line, so you can blast them with magic as they come in, but... Alright, that'll have to do. Okay, let's get going. Get the Spider Riders out immediately. Yeah, can we actually take down any of these siege towers? I'm not sure. But we should certainly be trying. Okay, if you're not going to be able to hit the siege tower, at least hit... where are their poison wind mortars? These guys. Yeah, hit them. We might get this siege tower down. It's basically walking all the way up here in range of that tower. So this unit, this army here is mostly just melee. It's mostly clan rats and Skaven slaves. The general's back here. We've got storm vermin distracted by my spider riders. Okay, that's good. Now over here. Oh, where did menace below spawn? Oh, they stuck it outside the walls. Okay, well, that's not going to do too much. Yeah, this is looking fine. I can't hit those guys. It's annoying. Can you guys turn and shoot? Ah, they're kind of stuck. Yeah. We're not going to quite get that siege engine down. No! Oh, and these guys are getting wrecked. Okay, well... I guess this Skaven just sort of turned around and fired their missiles at us. Yeah, we're back on the kind of wild goose chase plan then. I mean, we are pulling a bunch of these storm vermin off all over the place. They have got their siege engines arriving here. Yeah, we didn't kill either of them, that sucks. So we're just going to have to fight the storm vermin in melee, which is rough. Can you guys do anything? Yeah, you still need you to try and take out those mortars, I think. This unit's looking pretty doomed. Just come back here. I don't want to be spending too much time micromanaging them. Alright. So they haven't gotten to the gate yet. Storm vermin are pouring over the wall here. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Let's get a melee buff down there. This debuff will affect these guys. They look like they're fairly weak. I need you to be shooting these storm vermin. You need to get in melee there as well. They've sent Deathglow Bombardiers up the walls? What in the world? Okay, that's just madness. Alright, my Spider Riders are routed, but they kind of... I don't know, did they do enough? They did something. Okay, the ram's coming up here. What are my towers shooting at? I need you to shoot at... rattling guns. That's warp lightning, we can't really do much about that. Okay, these guys have routed. That's fantastic for us. I think we want our guys on guard mode here. Oh, these storm vermin are going to cause problems. I thought I had a melee unit up on the wall there, but I don't. I don't. This unit's routed though. Okay, good. I've got the big uns there that can help. You get up on the walls here. Can I kind of command these ones? No, they routed already. Nuts. Okay. Yeah, suddenly it doesn't look like we're going to be, and like certainly the gate over here is going to be under much attack at all, so let's come over this way. I'm conscious of the fact that we've got a bunch of their weapons teams sort of just free firing at us. Can you hit them? I don't think so. Still, it's just hordes escaping back here as well, although they're not really on a rush to get in here. We're dealing with the units that have sent up the walls reasonably well.
Gonna kill her! Goblins!
I need to make sure these archers are... Come on.
Gonna kill her!
Focusing fire on the right stuff. A gap here where we could have a... do with having a melee unit.
Right, Simon!
It's all a bit dodgy. Oh, the generals come into combat here. That's interesting. Let's get this debuff down from the Helm of Discord so I can try and fight off the troops coming through the gates there. Can you guys shoot these rattling guns? I don't know. It's just so hard to tell how things are going overall. We've definitely dealt with like the first wave of Skaven, but I think my concern here is that we're just a bit too weak. We're not really going to be able to deal with the second wave, which is obviously coming. Need to be using the magic more as well. Okay, these archers should not be in melee. Get out. You probably do need to be in melee. That's their general. You know what? Let's try and make him rout. He's only a Gracier. He's going to be pretty squishy. Oh, so much to just deal with here. There's nowhere where we're really getting pushed off the walls. Yep, these guys need to come here. Get up on the walls here. Help. It looks like the rest of their units are going to more or less hit the walls they've already come and attacked. You're stood around doing nothing. I guess that's okay. These units were broken. Okay, interesting. We've still got the towers shooting. The towers are taking out their weapons teams, although not super effectively. Oh, jeez. Okay, it looks like we might want to drop a sort of stone here. Yeah. I think that's too good not to do. That's probably going to catch our own guys a little bit as well. No, not quite. That's good. And the general's broken. I think we're about to kill him. Stupid archers got in melee again. What can you do? Storm Vermin up on the walls there, killing our archers. That's no good. Enemy lord's dead. All right, you guys shoot up at the walls here. Yeah, I see what's about to happen. The Skaven are throwing more troops over at the places they already kind of weakened, but we've routed a lot of their troops there. Okay, you need to not die, dude. I send my Great Shaman into melee, and then like 2 seconds later he's lost, you know, half his health, whatever. Yeah. You're over here as well, yeah. I think the units coming at the walls here are going to struggling with leadership. Yeah, Skaven Slayer Slingers are wavering. We might have done enough here. We might have done enough. The second army is quite a lot weaker. Oh, those Jezzails are a problem. Our towers aren't shooting here. We've lost control of the towers. Okay, get up there. They haven't broken through. Got Clarinets coming up to the siege engine, but they're looking pretty weak. Those Clarinets are wavering. Okay, we need to kill the guys over here. Yeah. We can redeploy our units over from this side. You get down over there. Still a lot of units left, of course. They're almost out of ammo on their ranged units. Yeah, they must have been... Sadly, they've been probably doing a ton of damage to us this whole game, but... Right, get that tower firing again. We've got a bit of a kill zone going on here with the units trying to charge through. For some reason, it's not letting this unit shoot. Oh well. Okay. Oh, I don't want you in melee. Arrgh. Alright, you're gonna have to come off the walls and help down here again. We've lost this to those clan rats, okay. I think we need to help a bit more over by the gate right here. We are holding though, still. Oh my goodness, what on earth was that cast? Victory! Oh, wow. Wow, okay, what a mess of a fight. Can't really do much to run them down, because I got my Spider Riders were shattered already. We did hold though. We've obviously crippled their armies. The problem is, there's just a queue of other factions waiting to come attack us. But yeah. Alright, let's see if we can run down the units that are sort of stuck behind the walls at least. And we shouldn't, yeah, we should also probably stop shooting. I mean, on the plus side, we didn't lose too many of our armor-piercing archers, or our archers from the garrison. Our garrison actually was relatively intact. It was just this big guns unit, but they actually fought very hard. I think they ended up, yeah, 87 kills. They did alright. They actually held against the storm vermin. We wiped out a lot of this stuff that's running is kind of the crap from the second army, the clan rats and Skaven slaves. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll be able to take replenishment from winning the battle too. That should be a bit of healing. I mean, we're going to be immediately re-besieged again by the Sartosans, but yeah, no, I think this went about as well as it could realistically. We're actually going to kill any more? Oh yeah, we are. It's so hard when like you're trying to reposition a whole bunch of troops that you deployed on one side. Heroic victory, nice. Yeah, like the middle of that battle I was just frantically trying to shuffle troops around. I did well enough, but I can't say that the AI played it super well. Like I think their reinforcements they should have just thrown against the walls, like straight ahead of them. Not bothered to follow, not bothered to walk halfway diagonally across the battlefield just to be able to get up the siege engines they had in position. Wow, those storm vermin still got a lot of kills, huh? We really restricted their range weapons though. Yeah, that was good. We killed quite a few of them too. Yeah, not much left at all of this army. Wow, we did take a lot of damage on our main army though, huh? Yeah. Let's see how much this replenishment helps. %. Well, that's not bad at all. We had 2 units wiped out, 2 melee units. Yeah, grab that replenishment. So let's give them back off. I don't know what the game's doing right now. I guess this Skaven is... this hero is doing something? Oh no. Oh, they're coming to attack Maggot Cracktooth. Interesting. Alright, well this video's gone on for a while. I think after that pretty long siege battle I should take a break. So next time I'll come back. I think we can fight this, we can hold this. We're probably going to get wrecked by Balagar again, but that's fine. At least we can take these Skaven out first. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back with the next part.